Hello Zija Nation, and welcome to another edition of Everyday Essentials. I'm Dr. Scott Johnson, your host, and it's my pleasure to be sharing a few more tips on how to use our Mayo essential oils in your everyday life. Hopefully you've been incorporating some of the past tips that we have shared with you, and you've been enjoying those benefits and the value of having a clinical grade essential oil in your home. Today I wanted to talk about aromatic baths. And so this is something that we can use for various different purposes and has a lot of benefits and values, but some people maybe don't know exactly how to use essential oils in baths. Because we know that if you've taken any kind of science class in high school, you know oil and water don't mix, right? So one of the problems I see is when people put essential oils directly into their bath water and the oil just floats at the top, and then we can have issues. But we can actually get it to disperse and mix up a little bit into our bath water by using just a few tips that I'm going to teach you today. So number one, one of the easiest ways is to take some of the carrier oil, and like a vegetable oil, a fractionated coconut oil, or the Mayo Aloe and Coconut Plus. Get about a teaspoon of the carrier oil and add an appropriate number of drops of essential oil into that, and then mix that into your bath water. Now that's a way that aromatherapists have been teaching people how to do it for a very long time, but I feel like there's a little bit better way that we can do it, and that's using Epsom salts and sea salt and baking soda instead. So what I like to do is to take a mixture of those three and put them together, and then add my oils into that mixture and make sure that's all mixed up. So I wanted to just share a little bit about how I do it based on age. So number one, for the drops of essential oils, if you have a child that's aged 2 to 4 years old, then we'll use 1 to 3 drops depending on their age and the amount of sensitivity their skin has. If we're going to have a child that's a little older, from about 5 to 12 years old, then we can use 3 to 5 drops of essential oil in their bath water. And then when we get into the teens and adults, then we're going to be up to 4 to 10 drops of essential oil, just depending on how sensitive their skin is and their age. But there's just some general guidelines that you can use as you have an aromatic bath and enjoy those benefits. So that's for the essential oil side of it. We talked about if you're going to use carrier oil, then it's about a teaspoon to mix any of those amounts of essential oils into. But if you want to create your Epsom salts and sea salt and baking soda mixtures, then here's what I would recommend. If you have a child that's under 60 pounds, then we would use a half cup of the Epsom salts. You can use magnesium flakes as a substitute if you want to. Then we'd use a 1/4 cup of sea salt and a 1/4 cup of baking soda. If we have a child that's 60 to 100 pounds, then we're going to use 1 cup of Epsom salts or magnesium flakes and half cup of baking soda and sea salt in our bath. And then lastly, if we have a 100 pounds person or more, so our adults and probably our teens, we will use 2 cups of Epsom salts and 1 cup of our sea salt and baking soda. So those are some general guidelines for you to use as you create your aromatic baths. Now once you've created that salt mixture, we will be sure to add the oils to the salt mixture first before we add it to our warm bath water. Not the water, no, don't add the oils directly into your water because they'll just float to the top. So that's how we're using it. A couple safety items to get out of the way too. So if you're having an aromatic bath, keep your head above the water. We don't want the oils to get into the eyes, and that can cause some stinging and irritation, particularly in younger children. If you do have any irritation that occurs when you're taking an aromatic bath, you need to exit the bath immediately and apply some carrier oil to calm that down, some fractionated coconut oil or Aloe Coconut Plus. And of course, don't ever leave children unattended in the bath. We want to monitor them and make sure that the young children, that they're not going to put their head under or fall asleep in the bath or something like that. It's important that parents are monitoring their children if they're young. So you can make that decision when they get old enough that you don't need to do that anymore. So why do I have that mixture put together of the magnesium salts, the baking soda, and the sea salt? Number one is magnesium salts or Epsom salts and magnesium flakes. They have magnesium in them. And that's one of the best ways to actually absorb magnesium into the body is through the skin. And so we absorb a lot of that magnesium into our skin during our aromatic bath. And that benefits us because magnesium can relax muscles and help soothe any kind of tension in our muscles. And so that's a great way to relax our muscles. The baking soda is added because baking soda is a natural detoxifier. It aids our body's natural detoxification processes, and it also is soothing to the skin. So it has a dual purpose in our mixture. And then a Himalayan sea salt. The reason I add that is because that contains more, minerals that are essential to skin health, such as magnesium and potassium and calcium and sodium. So all of those are essential to skin health. And so we can absorb some of those minerals into our skin and help us to have normal, healthy skin while we are having our aromatic baths and enjoying the benefits. So now I have a bunch of essential oils up here on the table in front of me that we can choose based on what we want to get out of our aromatic bath. So if we're looking to relax, maybe we want to alleviate some stress, then I have a couple of recommendations here. We have Calming Breeze and Pure Tranquility. So add that to those salts bath and enjoy some relaxation time, especially you super moms who are so busy and take care of house and kids and have so many things going on, and really that you deserve those baths often, so make sure you're taking those and enjoying those benefits and relaxing. How about if we want to uplift our spirits? Then in that case, I'm going to recommend Trim and Tone. So if we just want to balance our emotions, maybe we want to have a more positive outlook, mental outlook, then Trim and Tone will do that because we have citrus oils in there that are some of my favorite for improving our mental outlook and also just having us have a more positive outlook on life. So that's why I recommend that, but it also has some energizing essential oils in it as well to help give us some energy and a boost of energy that we need. Respiratory support, we're going to come over here and we can choose Soothing Air or AGX Breathe, add those into our bath mix so that we can then breathe easier, open the airways, clear the sinuses out so that we can just breathe a lot better and support normal respiratory function. Now, what if we've been exercising really hard that day, or we've participated in something that's really worked our body and we need to relax our muscles and soothe them after we've had physical exertion? Well, we can choose between our relaxing touch here or our muscle mend. Add that into your bath mixture, and that can help to soothe those muscles and relax them after you have physical exertion or intense exercise. If we want to support cleansing and normal detoxification, normal cleansing in the body, then AGX Cleanse is a good choice to throw in there. And then lastly, but not least, is our Gentle Repose. If you need to use that during your monthly menstrual cycle because you need to be calmed and soothed, the body and the mind both. This is a great blend for that. It's certainly been something that I use, having 3 daughters in my own household, that we use that regularly, that blend, to soothe them during their monthly menstrual cycle. So that's a way that you can do that. So make sure you're mixing it and with the salt recipe or the carrier oils. Remember, children 2 to 4 years old, it's about 1 to 3 drops. We move into 3 to 5 drops on our 5 to 12-year-olds, our teens, and our adults, 4 to 10 drops of essential oil. You choose which one based on the benefits and that you need that day. So hopefully you'll enjoy one of these aromatic baths and then let me know your experience and how you enjoyed it, or share with me your favorite combinations to have a nice aromatic bath. Until next time, we'll see you again when you come and watch Everyday Essentials.